Okay, hi everybody. I'm going to try this again. I've had nothing but issues trying to record this plane. This is the Dreamfoil Embraer 110. I got it on sale at a Black Friday sale for 50% off, and I got it on pause right now, but we can make the doors open and close. I'll put the sound on. I got a little frog in my throat. I hope you can hear me. But, front door opens. And we'll go to the back door. We've got a big cargo door here. We can open it with this little flap here. And there's the how you can load some cargo. Cargo bay in the back. See it back there. Close that up. Close up that door. And then if you were parked, got a little hot spot here on the nose, and you put on a CPU unit. And all this other stuff is for when your engine can shut off, covers from the engine and stuff like that. So it's got all that. So this is a nicely modeled airplane. There's some reflections on the paint. Got a nice PBR finish to it. And this is one of the default paint jobs on it. And right now, I'm kind of showing you a whole bunch of different stuff at once. We're at, a little later in the day, we're at Payne Field, north of Seattle. It's one of the Boeing factory airfields. Boeing owns it. They build their planes here. They actually, this is a Zicki design scenery. He did 4 sceneries in one package. He did Payne Field, Renton Field, Boeing Field, which we're going to fly over to, and then Seattle International. And plus I've added the Seattle City downtown area that he did. Really make it scenery pop, and then I'm using Ortho 4XP along with it. So I'll look up in the sky, show you what this airport looks like a little bit. You can see all them brand new Boeings parked there, ready for delivery. Get around this building here, ready for delivery to the customers. I got to get a better CPU for my computer. It's not quite fast enough. See, it's a little jerky. There's a lot of scenery to look at. It's taking a bit of a hit. This scenery has a real effect on the FPS, frames per second. If I go up higher, you can see all the new Boeing sitting there. Haven't been painted yet. The green primer, and they got some in the factory there. They're still being built. So we'll zoom in on this nice Dreamfoil Embraer again. And I hope you can hear me, because this Embraer is a third-party aircraft, so it's got its own sound files. So when you go into set your sound, go into sound, you can move these sliders up and down. It doesn't affect the volume on the plane. The volume you hear is the volume you get. So you got to live with it. You can only control it with your speaker on your computer, but it doesn't affect the recording. So I'm stuck with this volume in my recording. Hope you can hear it. And we're going to fly over to Boeing Field in this airplane. I'll give you an interior look. Here's the pilot seat. And I'll just give you a scan here. Look at how nicely they've got it done. Look at the detail on the controls. Scrape paint. Leatherette on the bottom of the yokes. If I move it, you can see it moves. The nice stitching, the detail in the stitching, the leather on the seats and the stitching. And there's my 0 key on my keypad. I got 10 views. The 1 key is my co-pilot, and then the 2 key is my autopilot down here. Now what's interesting about this autopilot is it's got an external on-off switch here, and it's got an activate switch here, so you actually got to put them both on. So that's quite interesting. And then we'll go up to the 3 key, which is the overhead. You can see it's got the wipers for the captain on this side with 2 switches on, off, and then fast, slow. And the co-pilot's way over here. And then there's your landing lights and your seatbelt switches. No smoking. And there's your panel lights. What's interesting with this too is watch you turn on the panel lights, and that turns them off and on. But once you turn them on, when they go into detail, this is a close-up of my gauges. All your panel lights, your avionics and gauges, all the dimmers are here. Like in your car, dimming your gauges on your car dash. When you go back up top, you got this switch, which turns on the cabin lights and be like turning on the interior light in your car. So I'll put on the panel lights, leave them on, put on the seatbelt sign. The passengers have their seatbelts on. We've got the landing lights on, so we're getting ready to go. We got our beacons on, we got our nav lights on, anti-collision lights on. So we're all set. Going to the captain's seat. Now I'll show you the 5 key is for the de-icing. And the propeller sync, I can put that on. And then we got the windshield de-icing. We don't need that, it's kind of warm outside. The pneumatics, I'm not sure what that's for. I've seen that in the engine air intake inlet. Open that on, I guess. And we go over to 6, and that's a close-up on the co-pilot's controls or gauges and stuff. You see our fuel, we've got quite a bit of fuel, 3/4 of a tank it looks like. I know down here we've got 5%, whatever those numbers mean, 5% in each tank. But if you need more fuel, you can go up here and you click on flight, weight and balance, and we can add a little more fuel. There, we've added some fuel. Done. Apply the changes. You see we've got more fuel. But like half a tank. If that's full tank, it's over here. It's about half a tank on each tank. So that's the 6 key. And then the last 3 keys I use for the passengers. 7 key is looking out the left wing. 8 key is inside, looking at the inside of the cabin. And you can see the detail. Look at, they've got the safety cards here. Look at the webbing on the seat belts. Beautiful job. And 9 is looking at the engine. So we've got the engine view there. So we're going to fly over to, I'm using, like I say, I'm using ortho and all these sceneries from Drzicki Design. So I want to fly over to Boeing Field with this airplane, just on a little test flight. See how she goes. So we're going here, and the first thing you do when you open up your new flight is you click on your flight plan, make sure it's empty. So if this was full of stuff, we can click on menu and then select delete flight plan and enter, and there. Now we can do a fresh flight plan. So what we do is you click on the center of your cursor here to highlight it, and use the outer ring to move down 1 notch. Go back to your center ring, and we're going to go to Boeing Field, which is KBFI. We go to K, outer ring, next letter. B, outer ring, next letter. Inner ring. F, outer letter. Outer ring, inner ring to I. There we are, Boeing Field. So press enter. Accept it. And there, that's where we're going. We're going direct to Boeing Field. Now, Boeing Field is only about 25 miles away, so we're going to do an approach, and we got to start it right away. So I'm going to set this CDI. See, it says V-lock now, but you want to set that to GPS. And you go over to procedures, and you're going to select an approach. So enter, that's what we want to do. And you do an ILS on runway 14 and right, or a ILS on 32 left, which is coming from the other direction. So we're going to use, there's actually two runways. There's runway Y, which is a big runway, and there's runway Z, which is a small runway. So we're going to use runway Y. So use the outer ring here to go down to runway Y, enter it. Now we've got these vectors. Now I've checked out top one, so what I'm going to do is to show you here. And keep in mind we're only 25 miles away, so I select Luffel, we enter it. You want to load it? Yes. And here's what's interesting. When we load that approach, here is Boeing Field is over here, straight off the end of the runway, due south. And looking at this to orientate you, up here at the top is looking west, down here at the bottom is east, to the right is north, and to the left is south. But you see the runway here runs north and south, so we got to take off this way. But the first waypoint of the approach is off to our right, like 10 miles. So we don't want to take off, turn right, go way over here, and come all the way back here. What's more direct from the end of the runway is jug it. So what we want to do is get rid of the Luffel waypoint. So let's try clicking on direct to. No, we're not going to do that. We're here. I did that wrong. We go to our flight plan, and then we scroll down past Luffel to jug it. Once we highlight jug it, then we click on direct to and activate it. And as you can see, Luffel has disappeared. Now we're going directly to jug it. Since this isn't a very long flight, we're only going to go up to about 1,500 feet. We're right near the ocean. So the runway is only a couple hundred feet, maybe even 100 feet above sea level. So 1,500 feet will be plenty. So now we can hold down the clear button, left mouse button, and there we are. We're going to jug it for our approach. And Luffel that was up in here, it's gone. So there we go. So we're all set to go. So let's take this flight over to Boeing Field. Make it just a tad later in the day. Here we go. Love the sound of these engines on this plane. Show you a couple things when I get over to the apron. Check something here. Okay. Now here's a little trick that I learned for air traffic control. There's a couple payware programs out there, but I'm kind of cheap, so I like to do it for free. So if you go to ATC Live webpage, Google it, ATC Live, you can get this page. You can type in here any airport ICAO, so like Seattle is KSEA, and KSEAC is right here. I've already selected it. Once you do that, you'll get another thing that pops up like this, and that's your air traffic control. And I always put that on my taskbar playing in the background. There I don't know if we'll get anything on it. It's 9 o'clock there. I don't know if they got any traffic.
Tower good night, Delta 1938.
And now that I'm ready to fly, I'm going to go to full screen. So to do that, I go to graphics and full screen. And now we're all set to go. Make it look a better check and make sure nobody's landing on me. Clear over there. Clear over there. There's a big guppy they use for delivering parts. Watch here, make sure we get above the green line.
Box 435, turn right heading 070, reduce speed to 170. 070 and 170 on the 435.
Rotate, gear up. Flaps up.
559 out of 92 for 7,042. Delta 5 minute channel final, Christian last 5 minute channel final, we're going to maintain 6,000. 6,000 occupied.
Time straight out.
Alright, and then 25, 83, just going to maintain 5,000. 5,000, 25, 83. Last 37, just going to maintain 5,000. 5,000. Left to 80 tower. Left to 80 tower, just for
going later in the day. Watching my altimeter right here. I want to get it up to about 1500. Now we go on to our autopilot. Switch the autopilot on. Hit the autopilot. Hit the altitude. Hit the nav. Pick up our flight plan.
140 to localizer to 16 right. 140 trying to localizer 16 right.
Turn and to pick up our flight plan over to Jugget.
Okay, thank you. Last 435. Miles from Sunday, heading 140, 3,200 established, clear ILS for the 140, 32 until established, clear the Alpha, right approach on to 435. Southwest 665, zero bragging, clear ILS, with ILS 16 right, so 665. Alright, then 2583, flying at 220. 220, that's 25. Last 435, 179, 15 176, lost 435. Southwest 665, maintain 179, Tokyo Cap. We'll close up. Last 37, 3 miles to Magazine, cleared ILS for the 16 front first. Cleared ILS 16 right line.
Right now we're doing 190, 200 knots. We don't have to go that fast. We're only going to go 25 miles. So I'll back gear speed off. Get it down around 120. Check the window. We open the window, you'll hear it get louder.
We're 8,800 for 8,000.
This is Seattle.
250, 6,000.
Close the window. There's downtown Seattle way off in the distance.
Left 350, 6,000 off to 5,000.
go outside. Now, in case I didn't mention it before, if you want to make it later in the day, all you got to do is use the Shift and L key. That's later in the day. Shift and K key is earlier in the day. So there you go. That's Puget Sound. And I have some reshades. I use 2 reshades. Here's, if you look at the sky, here's the colorfulness shade. You can see it too much right now.
230, Alaska 765.
There, see how the sky is gray? If I hit the colorfulness, adds a little more color. And then you see the glow around the gauges and the glow on the lights. I have another one called Night Magic Bloom, and it kind of turns it down and up here. That's off. That's off. That's on. Gives you a little more kind of hazy glow around the lights. Once we get to our first waypoint of the approach, I'll turn on my approach on my autopilot.
Seattle after 7, 9,500, down, heading 26019.
Everything is going nicely.
240, 5,000, 77.
You click the center of the gauge to make it big, and we got 9 miles to Jugat. 3 minutes. 3 minutes here, at the distance up here. And there's our ground speed. Our ground speed is 162. And if you look at the airspeed,
170,
it's 159, so we got a 3 mile an hour tailwind. This one is airspeed, and the speed over here is ground speed.
Evening, Seattle approach, Alaska 231
Back off the speed a little more. You guys that are new to these GNS 530s, it'll put you on the runway, but the only thing it won't do is control your airspeed. You have to do that yourself with your throttles and kind of throttle man, do some throttle man. So the only thing I'm playing with is the throttle. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat.
Alaska 37, good. 170 to Pinko, Alaska
7 miles over to Jugat.
190, televised, 175.
Make it just a tad later so we get a nicer sunset. There we go. You can see if the captain wants to read his charts, then he can hit this switch and it lightens up the cabin for him so he can read his map. While I'm flying, I like that light off. A little easier on the eyes at night. got overhead lights, you can do them all here.
Landing 230 on the 76.
To light things up.
Horizon 2583, contact tower, good night.
Contact tower is 2583.
Notice here too, you got when you put on your seatbelt sign, you get inside the cabin. Turns on the no smoking sign and the fastest seatbelt sign.
Right tower 140, 4000 till established, clear for the ILS 16 right, Alaska 231.
There, we got her at the right airspeed right now. I like her around 120 to 110. Let's do it about 115 right now.
231, make it 170
till Fango, Alaska 231.
787, flighting about 220,
177. Airplane 1006 is with you on the Hawk 7 passing
4 miles.
700.
Jugout. 2 minute ETA.
Alaska 787, you're 4 miles from Agony, turn left heading 190, maintain 5,000.
Beautiful scenery around here on the west coast of Canada and the U.S.
4 back from Agony, turn left heading 190, maintain 5,000 until 7. Clear for the ILS 16 right approach on Alaska 787.
Alaska 787, maintain 190 knots at 05.
192
On
to
the
all
other side.
Alaska 529, contact tower, after night.
559 going to tower, good night.
Take a look outside.
Road 1744 is at 8,500.
1744, Seattle final flighting at a 090, descend to maintain 6,000.
090 to 6,000.
You do a flyby with your shift 2. Okay, we're 1 minute to Jugout.
Maintain 5,000.
5,000.
I'm not bothering with the radios right now.
Good night, Alaska 765.
And like I said before, when you're using this, always make sure you got the GPS turned on here and you select GPS in your flight plan.
JetBlue 1006, reduce speed to 190, turn right heading 070.
070190 on the speed JetBlue 1006.
1744, turn right heading 140, twin localizer and 16 right.
140 to join the localizer, 16 right, 1744.
There's 8 seconds here to our turn.
Double 1744, reduce speed to 190. Class 231, contact tower.
Touch your tower, we're going on 231.
2-1.
Thanks.
1006, turn right heading 140, twin localizer and 16 right.
140 join localizer, 16 right, JetBlue 1006.
Okay, we're on our first waypoint of the approach. So I'll go on to my autopilot, and I'll select approach, and it lights up the glide slope. So we'll get within range, it'll grab this glide slope.
Establish cleared ILS 16 right, JetBlue 1006.
And there's downtown Seattle. That's the scenery by the Chicky design, very nicely designed scenery.
44, 2 miles from Agony, present heading 4,000, approaching 5,000, full establish cleared ILS 216 right approach.
5,000, ILS 16 right.
770, 44, maintain 190 knots for now.
190 for now.
And you can see the difference with that. Because now that it's nighttime, you'll get a better look at this Night Magic blue reshade. There it's off. There it's on.
Alaska 780, 770 knots until pink.
170 pink, Alaska 787.
Adds glow to your lights. But when I'm at the airport, when I'm on the ground, there's too much glow. That's when I turn it off. I got that assigned to a key on my keyboard.
Commercial Alaska 1043, 5,700 for 4,000, 190 speed.
Alaska 1043, stand final order. Alaska 1043, turn right heading 070.
070, Alaska 1043.
Number 1744, maintain 170 knots until pink.
170 pink, 1744. Approach Delta 23 out 85, 2,000 in the right, turn to 250.
Delta 1823, stand on final, descend to maintain 5,000.
5,000, Delta 1823.
Now this plane here too is really sensitive on the landing. It'll probably pop up a warning saying
Good evening, 177.
putting a lot of G-force on the plane. I gotta wait till it happens again, and then I can click don't show me this message again, and then next time I won't see it. But I found it to be very annoying. I don't care how much G-force I put on the plane as long as it get on the ground.
Turn right heading 140, maintain 4,000, establish on the localizer, cleared ILS 316 right approach.
140, 4,000, so established, clear for the ILS 16 right approach, Alaska 1043.
Alaska 1043, maintain 170 knots until Pinko.
170 to Pinko, Alaska 1043.
Solution 06, contact tower, good night.
American Jumping 1006.
609, turn right heading 070.
Heading 070, Alaska 609.
Heading of 230.
Heading 230, Delta 1820.
He did a beautiful job designing downtown here. It's exactly what you would see in real life.
170 on the speed, Alaska 609.
You can see the Seattle Tower there, just in that little window there to our quarter panel. Seattle Tower right here.
Alaska 609, you're 3 miles from Buckney, turn right heading 140, maintain the 4,000, establish on the localizer, cleared ILS 316 right approach.
We're heading
If I go
140,
outside-
to establish to ILS 16 right, Alaska 609.
Alaska 609, maintain 170 knots until Pinko.
Showing you downtown. There's a cruise ship all lit up with its festive lights. There's the tower right there, you can see it.
Checking in, vacating 6,000, 4,000.
There's a runway over here we're going to go to.
3,200.
3,200, Alaska 259.
1744, contact tower, good night. Good night, 1744. Delta 1823, reduce speed to 210.
210 speed, Delta 1823.
In 2009 through 10,000, descending 7,000.
Sorry, 2009, Seattle, final descent, maintain 5,000.
Descend to 5,000. American 2009er.
Delta 1823, reduce speed to 190.
190 speed, Delta 1823.
Turn right, heading to 070.
Right turn 070, Alaska 259.
Alaska 1043, contact tower grenade.
Turn to tower, Alaska 1043.
Turning on final. Here now.
Turn left, heading 190, join localizer to 16 right.
Left heading 190,
Flaps
going
one.
to localizer 16 right, Delta 1823.
Flaps 2.
Alaska, reduce speed to 170.
Road 170, Alaska 259.
And here you gotta keep an eye on your airspeed. I want to land at about 90 knots. Right now we're doing 100 knots. Red line is
3,200
takeoff is 80 knots. I don't want to get below 90 knots. I don't want any chance of stalling it out.
5,000 total established, cleared ILS 16 right, Delta 1820.
Alaska 609, contact tower, happy night.
Tower, good night, Alaska 609.
American 2009, turn left.
There we grab the glide slope.
250 American
Notice we're
2009.
losing altitude here.
1823, maintain 199.
Plane heading for the runway
190,
automatically.
we're currently there, Delta
The
1820.
autopilot.
American 2009er, we'd like to float about 210. Is that one for you?
American 2009, you can reduce speed to 190.
Turn off
190 knots, American
the
2010.
pre-shade blue to see the difference. There. We'll land with that because it's going to be overdone when you get on the runway. You can see the short runway. There's a long one and a short one. This long one is Y and the short one is Z on your approach.
FYI, for Delta 1823, still got 50 knots of wind out of the south at 4,000 feet.
Delta 1823, thank you. American 2009, turn left, heading 190, join local, turn to 16 right.
This is Boeing
190 heading,
Field.
join the local.
Over
16
here,
right,
that's
American
Seattle
2009er.
International. This is Boeing Field, and Renton is over here. Like I say, Renton, Boeing Field, and Payne that we just left, those are three Boeing factory airfields where they built the Boeing aircraft.
170 speed till Finca, Delta 1823.
American 2009, a mile from Agony, heading 190, 5,000, till established, cleared ILS, turning 16 right approach.
5 till established for the LS 16 right, approach American 2009er.
American 2009, maintain 190 knots until 5.
190 till lower.
I just said till 5.
Till advised, Roger, American 2009.
Horizon 2415, stand up final, maintain 3,200.
Doing 90 knots, that's a good landing speed for this aircraft. This plane does have
Mother Tower, Alaska 259. Have a good night as well.
prop reverse on it.
American 578 Seattle final descent and maintain 3,200.
Descent 3,200, American 578.
Horizon 2415, turn right heading 070.
070 at 2415.
And I can disengage the autopilot by hitting my trim tab key on my joystick.
The Tower, Delta 1823, have a good night.
Horizon 2415, reduce speed to 170.
170 at 2415.
Delta 2415, correction, horizon 2415, 3 miles from Bugby. Turn right heading 140, maintain 3,200 until established in the localizer. Third ILS for 16 right through.
3,200 till established, 35 LS 16 right, 2415.
American 2009, maintain 170 knots or greater to peak.
Got a little bit of wind on the lower altitude here. I think we got 3 or 4 knots of wind. See it bouncing the plane around just a little bit. You can see all the parked Boeings off to the right. Factory.
North 5 gets explored, 8.5 for 7,000.
64 Seattle final descent, maintain 4,000.
4,000 left.
On the ground.
578,
Reverse
turn
thrust.
right heading is 070, get reduced speed to 170.
070, 170.
American 2009, contact care, have a good night.
Have a good day, American 2009.
See, that was a perfect landing. We got this silly thing popping up. And I'm going to say, don't show this again. I don't want to see it. It was a perfect landing and still getting a stupid message.
Alaska 64,
So anyway, here we are. We're in Boeing Field, and you can see,
140, doing localizer,
see
16
the
right left.
planes all parked over there. I'm not going to go any further in this, so we'll just stop it here. And we go back in to get out of full screen. Now go back into windowed. So I can get here and I can stop the recording. I hope you liked it.